let me show you how I have set up for you to recover the July excess payment for housing fund. So I've opened August, I've done the processing. Now, if you come down under monthly statutory returns, you'll see housing fund for July correction only. Now, if you open that, you see a sheet that looks like this. This sheet shows you the figure that we used, which was this gross salary, which took gross pay minus lump sum plus, or to give us gross cash, which we added benefits to give us the gross salary. We calculated housing fund on this figure. Now this has picked up what we should have calculated housing fund on, and this we have done the correction for. Ideally, you've gone to August and you've processed again. So now what your system is showing as housing fund is calculated on this. Then this column shows what the excess pay was that we used, which is 30K. These last columns just show you what the housing fund excess that you paid was. For example, with this one it was 450 and that one it was 3,000. Now, if you open this view August with July fix, what I've done is I've taken August's basic pay and fixed pay, which is required for the return. I've included here the housing fund calculations. I didn't need to, but I've just included them for you to see. Then I've taken the July excess. You can see here you had the July excess of 30 and 200. You have the 30 and 200. I've indicated here what you're recovering from KRA. Again, the same figures we had there as excess. Then what I have done is I have adjusted the August fixed pay. So I've taken August's fixed pay of 100K, subtracted July's excess to give you an adjusted figure for August. And I've done the same with basic pay minus July excess to give you an adjusted figure for August. So these are the two figures that you're going to use to do your return. So let's export this. So there's this button to export. Say okay. Let me take you to my test folder here. So you'll export this like this. Now, to do your return, you'll basically delete those. You want to remain just with the columns you need for doing the return, which is, let's delete all these. That's what you want to be left with. You want to be left with ID, name, PIN, your adjusted August fixed pay, and your adjusted August basic pay. Then you can delete this and you can save it as a CSV. Let's go to test. You save it as CSV. I'll leave it as copy. So now you have this sheet, which is what you will use to import into your sheet M in the KRA. So it will automatically calculate your housing fund using the adjusted figures, which will mean that the total that you will have paid for July and August will be correct, with July having an excess and August having the adjusted figure which recovers for that excess.